Mike?
So we're going to see a Zamazenta start with an otherwise dead hand. This is what the Urshifu player needs to win this matchup.
Yeah, so yeah, Urshifu is looking to be set up a lot better. That is a very bad hand for ADP, although they have both Zamazentas in play. So it can still be really, really hard to get through them. Like we were saying before, the ideal win condition for Urshifu is going through an ADP Zacian and only one Zamazenta. So this does open them up to potentially not being able to do that and having to go through the Zamazentas.
Yes, this is it's just such an effective way to dead draw. Be like, all right, deal with these while I eventually get the cards I need. And because they can't, the ADP or the Urshifu player just can't deal with them that quickly.
No, they
you're
cannot.
Guaranteeing yourself at least like what 3 or 4 turns here of top decks. Plus they can Marnie you.
Yeah.
Let's see what the Urshifu player is going to come up with. Ideally, they would a strafe matter. 50, 150, 3 goon pings. Strafe could actually be relevant here potentially. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It doesn't really matter, but no, wait, it doesn't matter. 30 plus 150 is 180. And then you need 5 goon pings. So
you can't do, you're not going to be doing that most likely.
Yeah, you need a couple strafes.
Potentially getting 2 strafes off, depending on how the game goes, that does matter.
Yes. So it's not the worst play in the world, especially we know the hand. Judging by the hand, it is a very good thing to try the strafe play, but
yeah.
There's a pass without Stellar Wish. Did Angel DC?
He might have.
No. Oh no. That would explain why Angel can't
what happened? What happened? I did not see.
There's no Stellar Wish.
There was no Stellar Wish and a pass, so hopefully he gets up and running. Again, we don't want to see that kind of win condition at all. So
this happens when I play Duel Links, though. Sometimes your opponent just gets upset, turns the thing off, and then this happens. So, maybe Angel decided double Zamazenta, I'm going to rage quit.
Oh, that's... I mean, possible.
Unlikely.
Unlikely. So what's going on here?
They're trying to ask them if they're still there, presumably.
Yeah, never.
There we go. Okay, so Angel got back into the game. Thankfully, friend matches. You can go back to where you were.
Yep. So still not a great position for both players right now. I think at this time, with having, you would assume he's gone 2 turns with attached pass, but he's not going to he doesn't have anything at the moment. So you really just got to focus down on those Zamazentas and try to take them out before ADP comes out and does what he wants to do.
Oh, for sure. And don't Marnie here, just kind of vibing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if they go for the strafe with the net play or if they save the net. Kind of depends what's in hand. It could be research, could be nothing, and you want a Stellar Wish again. Okay, go for the switch strafe.
So this is a very interesting ADP, opting to stay away from Crobats, Denes, Mawwiles, the majority of support Pokemon that you normally see. And I think in a game like this specific one, you're seeing the consistency kind of being an issue. But again, he's tanking, so it does buy you time. So we'll see what's going on here.
Yes, 30 a turn isn't too scary, especially when the ADP player is just about to go pass.
Yeah. They're just seeing what's going on here. You'd hate to see out of all of these, yes. So now that the clock's going, and he's trying to be a good guy to communicate, and then the clock's saying, "Hey, hurry up."
There's going to be a boss. I like this play. You have plenty of boss left.
Yep.
Maybe they can't Stellar Wish, and if they can't Stellar Wish, maybe they keep dead drawing as well. Although they have a net in hand, but now they can't potentially net and move the Jirachi.
Yeah.
Yeah, no reason to save this boss. You're fine.
Okay. Ooh, falling into that potentially into that trap again of evolving before he goes to the active.
Ooh, I hope they don't evolve.
Okay, no, they didn't. So they're probably going into that strafe play, I would assume, off of what they got off the PCOM, getting 2 up and running to hopefully deal with that active and switch into the Jirachi now. So I think
there's the dojo as well. You love to see that. ADP player chose not to play the swell. That 40 damage is quite relevant.
Yes.
Because now the 150 actually knocks out the active Zamazenta. So they're a rapid strike energy away from not winning, but it feels good.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure, they're getting close to putting a lot of pressure on the ADP player. The quick ball not turning into draw supporter is kind of huge. So interested to see what they do. Do they get out a Zacian to just Intrepid Sword?
I feel like you have to, right?
Yeah.
Grabbing ADP does nothing. Quick check of the prizes. Plenty of water energies.
I think this is the first opportunity he's had to check prizes.
Yes.
In turn 4, yeah.
Deck.
Not where you want to be for sure, but still anybody's game, I think. Does
and we're gonna see a hard retreat into the clean Zamazenta? There's a pause. Yeah, into the Zacian.
The Zacian, okay. That's huge. And this is probably a dumb question on my part, but the bench damage is still, it doesn't go through the barrier of Zamazenta, correct?
Correct. And in addition, if they did play Phoebe, it still doesn't go through when it's on the bench. That is a question and or misplay I've seen quite a bit.
Yep. Yeah, so Phoebe only really affecting the active.
Ooh, and there's the escape rope. All right, let's see. Do they give him the clean one to get chip damage, or are we going to give him the already hit one to potentially get knocked out? Not an easy choice.
We'll see. I think that
give up the prizes. Well, potentially give up the prizes.
A little bit of lag, but we'll be able to hit for 150, and Blizzard Town knocks out that swell. So definitely we'll be able to put a dojo down later on into the game.
And Duke is currently asking for the Zoom link.
Okay. Way to come in on the finals.
This is the only part that matters. Why would you come in earlier?
Yeah, for sure. Let me.
All right, so we see a goose. Ooh, there's a Marnie. Finally get to play the game.
Thank you for saying that. I did not. I was too involved in the game in this kind of a crazy matchup.
So now with the ADP down, which is correct, the ADP should go down. But between the ADP and the Zacian, Angel does not have to deal with the Zamazenta on the bench anymore. Angel could potentially just win by going knockout ADP, knockout Zacian. It's one of the 2 energy switch. Unfortunately, there's no water on it, so it's not super helpful. And likely going to see an Intrepid Sword here. Throw the balloon down. That's fine too.
Yeah, so like you said, dealing with that one Zamazenta, now he could deal with Zacian and ADP, and that's his win condition. He doesn't have to go through the double Zamazenta. So that slow start was huge for sure.
And we see the Intrepid Sword, hidden energy, also kind of a big deal. There's a switch, probably looking for a VMAX. technically doesn't have to find a VMAX this turn. Because both the VMAX and the V are going to hit the same amount of damage. Problem would be the V could get knocked out with like an energy switch attach play. So not what you want. There's a net going to go into Urshifu V. And going to be able to hit for that 150 damage with, what is it, 1,000 Furious Blows?
Yeah, 1,000 Furious Blows.
Definitely playing online. I just don't know what things are called anymore. 100 Furious Blows. There we go. Not
100, not thousands. It's a little bit less effective for sure.
It hasn't VMAX.
Okay,
yet.
yeah, I'm trying to get rid of that game audio, but unfortunately I don't have a way to mute this channel.
If you right-click the video, you can hit the mute button.
Okay, yeah, I thought I did that earlier. Right-click, volume, mute. It should be, but it's not.
Weird.
Right? That would undo it. I'm not sure how we're hearing the video with it.
So we're going to see the 100 Furious Blows hitting for 150. ADP players in a very awkward spot this game.
I would agree. Definitely in a good position.
And the research looking for a single metal energy to take a knockout on the active. And there it is. And we're going to see the Brave Blade for 230 and the knockout.
Still only for 2 prizes, so that is worth noting.
Yes, that is very, very important. If this were a 3-prize knockout, the game would be in such a different spot.
Confused of why I can't mute this here. I apologize.
You can also deafen yourself in Discord, and that might work.
I'm muted in Discord.
No, deafen the little headphones.
Where's that at? Again.
If you right-click your own name.
Deafen.
Yep.
Hopefully that does the trick. I appreciate it.
There's a Marnie. We could see a hard retreat here. Obviously, Angel's looking for a switch. That is also going to work.
I'm going to really quickly...
And we're going to see a Gale Thrust for 150 and the knockout. And we're going to see a Zigzagoon ping. Ooh, we're going to see a different play. And there's the Gale Thrust for 150 and the knockout. And Angel goes down to 2 prizes remaining. And UK has yet to use Altered Creation GX.
Yeah, at this point, it's going to be rough for UK at this point. I think he's just a little too far behind in the game to do enough relevant damage with ADP, but he does have that Malolana to buy him a little bit of more time, and we did see it come in huge in the last matchup that was basically the same kind of a matchup.
Yes, this is actually winnable right now. Surprisingly, we can see a Malolana into an Ultimate Ray into potentially GG's, which would be very impressive. If ADP pulls this out, I just don't know what to think anymore about anything with Pokemon.
Yeah, especially with no real Pokemon consistency cards, it really is kind of.
Oh no!
What happened there?
It looks like Angel DC'd again.
Oh no!
That feels really bad.
And that's literally the reason. If it at this point, if he just doesn't get the
Yeah, the ADP player did have the Malolanda to heal, so the ADP was going to survive and the boss. So technically, the ADP player would have won first if Angel did not disrupt their hand with a Marnie and they didn't find a boss off the Marnie.
Yeah, you still hate to see it. You want to see the game play out the way it's intended to, and if he doesn't get back in time, he's just going to get KO'd for game loss at this point. While I'm here, I'm just going to really quickly, since he's potentially, I'm going to go over here to Duke, send him the copy, and go ahead and do that and apologize. So we are back. So yeah, so that is unfortunate. Looks like he's just going to get the win off of the DC. Hopefully game 2 goes a little bit better as far as connectivity. The problem is, for the Urshifu player, the way that early game went, it was as good of a start as you can really hope for. As far as ADP just not setting up the way they want. So hopefully... It's going to be an uphill.
It doesn't feel very good right now for Angel. That was the one game to win.
Yeah, for sure. That was the game to win. Didn't kind of work out for him.
And with that said, I still find it hard to believe that's not going to happen again, right?
Yeah. Just seeing he went through the whole tournament without having issues, assuming that he didn't come out with issues. So I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I meant the ADP player bricking is going to happen again.
Oh, yeah. Letting Duke in has now moved our images around. Hello, Nick loving to always.
This ADP deck feels really bad and doesn't make any sense to me. And yet, here we are.
Yeah, so
this is going to crown it.
This ADP list does not have Dedenes, Mawwiles, Crobats, none of those normal staples that you see.
It does have a Scizor V.
It does. So there's a lot of interesting things going on with this deck.
I'm still not sure what the Scizor is for.
I know. We have not seen it in, what is this now? That was game 3 of watching this deck, and have not seen Scizor come out to play.
Wow. Well, I guess, maybe if you have a very special energy focused attacker, you use Scizor to remove that special energy, but at the same time you have Zamazenta there for you to do that too. Or
plus, you can always knock out with Zacian. That's always a good way to get rid of energy.
That's always a great way to get rid of.
yeah, for sure. You did miss in the matchup, the semifinals for the Urshifu player playing a Blizzard Town, I think was kind of the highlight random play that you never see against a Mad Party, and it just shut them down.
Wow, just put a couple zoom. Yeah, wow, because that just shuts down all the plays, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. And they used Mew to ping the Poltegeist, so they couldn't attack either.
So we're gonna see if they do get a second match in here. Unfortunately, looking like it might kind of end with a disconnect, which is very unfortunate.
It can happen though. This is the age of technology, so.
Oh yeah, if technology doesn't fail us from time to time, what's going on there?
True.
So we're gonna give it a few minutes. It looks like they are challenging. I'll wait till the game does start to go throw it on there, and then we'll kind of see what's going on from there, and then hopefully after the fact we can talk to our winner, depending if they're able to speak with us or not. We'll kind of go from there.
Sounds like a great plan.
Oh, and there is the challenge.
There's the challenge. It's been accepted. Go ahead and switch it over. And it does seem that the deafen did work on my end, so thank you for that, Mellow.
Perfect. And Rapid Strike choosing to go first, that seems 100% correct. With 2 E-Switch and no Dedenes, you're not pulling off the turn 1 GX.
Right.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, if you are, I'm calling shenanigans.
Yeah, he's shuffling to his advantage.
We see
So what
a
do you-
pretty good
so what-
start, though.
Yeah.
At least with the hand, I think it's a very favorable hand right there.
Much better than last time, at least.
Oh yeah, last time was Zamazenta, and a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
I will say though, if an ADP is crowned, at least it is not the standard cookie cutter deck. Seeing a Caesar in there, seeing the Zamazentas, and none of those staple Pokemon is something to see for sure.
All right.
Oh,
So
look at this. We had some going into the chat while we wait for this game to kind of load up. We actually had a couple viewers hit the free PTCGO code. So I will get to those listeners. It's probably just after this tournament then. So stay tuned for those requests.
Did I miss that? Chat was going off for a little while there, so I might have missed it, and I
All
apologize.
good. All good.
All right, so we see a rapid strike start. Not bad. You want a Jirachi, but like you're not upset about that thing being in the active.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is
Pretty
this
much
the
anything-
standard rapid strike? I'm sorry.
Except the Blizzard Town.
Blizzard
Everything
Town
else
is
pretty
the
standard.
tech. The Blizzard Town unfortunately doesn't do much in this matchup.
It looks like Angel DCs again.
And that is game, and that is
Yeah.
tournament.
That's
I assume it might be up to UK technically, but yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna mute myself and go in that room real quick.
Yep. Go find out.
That's
Well, while
very
he's there-
unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is the tough thing there. It is not where
Hi.
we're not seeing anything more than you.
Yeah,
Maybe-
retry.
Oh,
Retry again?
you're
Again,
getting
retry?
it now.
Yeah, he's talking in Discord.
I'll, yeah, we hear you. Here, I'll mute you.
発言。
Jake, mute yourself on Zoom while you talk to him. No, you didn't.
はい。あ、あ、これ
uh,
Oh, no, no.
I'm here to cause the chaos.
Judging from, I don't think chat can hear any of us.
That's what I'm about to say.
Ah, hello. Hello, sorry.
Oh, we got in the chat. Why didn't he DC last round? That's always a harsh feeling.
Uh,
Okay, so thank you for the confirmation,
I
Sleepy.
win?
We
I
appreciate
won?
that. They do hear us in the chat.
Okay, perfect. So we're not talking to no one.
Oh, okay, they can hear everyone but
Uh,
Jake.
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Machine of Ice. So Kevin, thank you again for joining and taking my spot for today. I appreciate it. As everyone knows, I've been going through a lot of
I-
craziness here
um,
in the personal life and stuff. So I really appreciate you jumping on, and I hope the Saturday
yeah, okay.
select, other than this last kind of disconnect stuff going on here, was exciting.
yeah,
It seemed like it from the chat.
I don't know.
I had a lot of fun.
to
Thank you for
Discord and-
having me here. It's way more
That's
fun
fine.
using keys.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Don't leave yet.
I'm beginner, very beginner. Yeah.
Well, someone can have my keys. I have yet to touch a single player's cup
okay,
run right now.
Hold on,
That-
one
that's a good
second.
choice. You should
Let
keep
me
it
try
that
to
way.
get them to stop talking here real quick in my ear.
So what was your favorite
Um,
matchup that you saw
I-
today, Kevin?
We saw probably the Victini versus the
Yeah,
single
so,
strike. It was really good. I highly suggest anyone who might have missed it should go back. and
Are you
watch.
comfortable talking
Both
though
players
on the
did a
stream?
really
I
good
can
job
just
of doing
unmute
nothing
you and
for
have
multiple
you
turns,
talk. If not, it's
or
not a
doing
big
nothing, but,
problem.
like they passed.
Oh,
and they
okay.
were just kind of waiting and waiting. It was a giant game of chicken, and it was something you don't see very often
chat
in this
okay?
meta.
Yeah, chat's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so let me get
It was nice.
let me get
that
you
is
over
actually
here.
kind of neat. That we saw that in the last Saturday Select with some players intentionally just passing.
Okay,
Yeah, we can
hold on.
We can hear
Yeah,
you, Jake.
we're gonna have him in the room here.
I stopped.
Okay,
I
so we'll
stopped,
just go to the Discord. We could
I
just
stopped
go
share
into the
screen
Discord.
and a chat and retry and stream and interview.
Yeah. So this should, let me go ahead and undeafen myself. So can you guys hear him? Hello? Hello? Can you hear us now?
Uh,
I can hear you.
Can you
いい
hear
のかな
Can you hear him?
待って。待って。フランス。待って。
Well, congrats on winning, by the way.
ちょっと待ってね。
Are you
Sorry.
No, no problem. I'm just
No,
trying to
fine.
see if this works here. I think I have it. Do you guys hear him
so-
speaking?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Okay, no problem.
待って、あれか。難しいな。そうだな。これいいのかな待って。チャットできるのかnow table,
Table
Chat,
6 is fine.
table 6, in table 6, chat?
Yeah.
チャットできる
Yeah, we can just chat in
チャットできるのか
table 6.
なんだね。I don't know, Discord system, so
No, that's fine.
I very fast screen share screen. なんて言えばいいんだ
No, I think your deck was interesting. What went into the planning of not having Dedenes, Mawwiles, and
These
Crowbacks?
Discords, who's the Discord's owner?
That would be Duke.
Penucks?
Penucks or Duke.
I'm here.
Yeah. Thank you. Very, I, ダメだ。I'll send you direct message to Berry. Okay.
Okay, send it
Sorry,
to Duke.
I don't know English. Yeah.
That is completely
that
fine.
is-
We
that
just
is-
want
that
to
is-
say congratulations and well done on your run, and we'll be sending your prizes. Hopefully soon here. Zach might be sending them now. But yeah, just congratulations on that run, and thanks, Scott.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's all right. I mean,
That's
hey, again, this is one of the wonderful things about being able to have a PTCGO tournament. We get everyone from all shakes of the world, so we appreciate everyone who's jumped on from everywhere, joining in, and thank you. Congratulations to UK. I don't remember the name, but Papyrus. What a wonderful run! Crazy deck.
we don't need cameras at this point. No, it was a crazy run, an ADP list that you just don't normally see. So it was very interesting to watch him. I think just going against those Urshifus in the last 2 rounds really helped him out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an interesting list. They did a really good job of like figuring out what to do. Like,
Oh, what happened there? Still there, Kevin?
yeah, you just got kicked out of the Discord.
I did. That's fine. We don't need Discord anymore. A little bit of technical difficulties at the end with the gameplay and on our end here, I guess. But no, any closing thoughts and on the tournament at large?
I think the tournament went well. It was a pretty typical meta, and it was super interesting to see a couple creative decks there. The ADPz obviously being the big one, but in addition to that, we saw the Blizzard Town and the Urshifu. We saw a single strike, which normally isn't the least bit successful ever, make top cut as well. So it was interesting tournament, interesting results, pretty well run.
Yeah. No, I think it was. I could mirror everything you said. The one thing, do you think we're going to see more Blizzard Town now on ladder in Rapid Strike just for that matchup?
I'm gonna assume not, unless we see a lot more Mad Party. I will admit that's a really good Mad Party tech.
Yeah, that was probably the highlight moment for myself, just seeing something that you don't normally see for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Blizzard Town has always been useful, especially for spread damagers. But like you both said, it's amazing against Mad Party, and that's who these Urshifus really don't like in many cases. Rapid Strike has a better approach, but if the Mew is thrown down on the bench, it really hurts it a lot. So Blizzard Town being able to go in there and just shut down the game essentially is such a game changer for them. So
yeah, for sure. Going into that, just seeing just the meta, it was typical of what you're gonna see. Nothing crazy like last time seeing Mimikyu come out there and just come out of nowhere.
It was there though, which is interesting. I'm looking at the standings. It was in the deck or in the standings itself, but unfortunately Nana didn't get to go all the way.
Yeah, unfortunate for sure. But no, I had fun. I love doing these. We're going to continue probably doing these at least once a month. Just kind of getting our feet wet. But I do, before we leave, want to say thank you to Kevin for coming on and taking Duke's spot. I know it's just been difficult with the move and everything, and
yes,
I appreciate it. I had a blast talking to you and just commentating the games, and seeing your insight was very valuable. Had a blast, and you're always welcome on our podcast one way or another. You're an awesome part of the community, and I can appreciate it more.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's always fun to get a practice with commentating because it's so different than playing your own games. Like,
yeah,
it's night and day difference.
Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that. There was some plays that I definitely wouldn't have made that worked out in their favor. So it's always good to see other people's perspective.
Oh, for sure.
Cool. Well, I think that's basically going to do it for us here on this stream. I'm pretty pooped. I'm ready to to hit the hay. So
oh wait, hold on. Message in the chat. Finals are back on. I think we're gonna get the end.
Are we? Did you no?
This is from Machine of Ice.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I know it is. But did you get to contact them? Because I thought that they.
I don't know. I got no
right as we wrap it
messages.
up. So while we're doing that, I guess I'll try to fix the camera. Okay, I know.
So it looks like according to Limitless, UK is still up 1-0. So we're retrying game 2, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Last minute, it was a little bit crazy there.
There we go. Okay, yeah. So like we said, chat, it is back. The match is happening. Jake is getting that going. And again, put some pierogies in the chat for Machine of Ice for being such an amazing TO for us.
So we're going to see ADP starting that Zacian, which is kind of really nice. They're not going to get the turn 1 GX. They technically can, but they're not going to get it. And they got a quick ball.
This is a similar hand, not too far off different from what we saw earlier.
No, it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
So
in chat, and the rest of the chat.
In chat, he said, what happened? So I think he got disconnected, and according to what Limitless's rules is, if your opponent allows the game to get restart, that's what can happen. Is that what is gone down?
Yes. Yeah, but it's still, he has the round 1 win from last time. So
he did get the round. Well, yeah, because we were in game 2. His opponent got disconnected, and he was gracious enough to let that game just be restart. There wasn't really any gameplay that happened that that was meaningful. So we're back on for the finals.
Mhm.
Right as we were about to check out. So I appreciate everybody sticking with us through this confusing time.
So it's a pretty solid turn there from the ADP. Get one energy on everything, which is pretty nice. Also, they chose to not attach the Aurora energy to the ADP, which was interesting. The Giratina, obviously they were afraid of it and chose, I'm going to attach the metal. I'm going to say there's no way I get the GX this turn, but I'm going to save it so they can't remove my energy. I do like that play quite a bit.
Yeah, that was smart. That was well thought out. I mean, they got what they can to next turn, basically get that GX off. What's your thoughts on what they have to do more in my mind? I think just setting that up is helpful, but it might not be enough depending on how fast our rapid strike player goes.
Oh, I think they're in a totally fine spot. The rapid strike appears to have DC'd again, or do they attach to the bench and just not? No, why would they never strafe there? Oh, they attach to the bench?
Oh, yeah, they attach to the bench because there's an energy on there.
Okay. Well, because they went first.
Yep. Oh, then maybe. I'm not sure.
We'll see. It looks like we're just having a lot of technical difficulties.
This is what happens when Duke comes, because even though it's not
This is not my fault.
Technically, it's not his fault, but he comes in and everything goes downhill rapidly.
I don't know. Angel won a bunch of games before this.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just a little crazy right now, which is maybe okay. We'll see. I don't know if we're gonna want to continue just trying to restart this game.
Yeah, it looks like without the escape rope being played down, it's not going to happen. That we're not getting a response, and we'll probably. Oh, okay, so we did get a logical switch in my mind, at least there. So the round is still going.
And there's the Altered Creation GX, and that puts them on a clock really quick.
Yes, it does. ADP is actually doing what ADP really wants to do here. There's the broken heart emoji. It might just be connection is bad. Yeah. Sad. Unfortunate.
Yeah, because getting damage on that Zacian was actually really important last turn. UK did have the response. They had the Malolana to fully heal into the GX, but
yes. And we saw that in game one that they got the majority of the game played. That the Malolana was in play for that healing, and it's such a huge deal in this matchup to get that energy, because Rapid Strike Urshifu's strength is not doing a lot of damage in one turn. It's definitely setting up damage throughout the board. So Malolana, definitely a weakness of that deck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
What's interesting is there's only one Malolana in there, but I mean you do have Cynthia and Caitlyn to help, and for this ADP. But I don't know. Like I feel like maybe a little bit more would be helpful in a weird way. Oh, interesting call to go into that VMAX.
So we're gonna see a tag call. Unfortunately, no boss, or fortunately, depending who you're rooting for. But Angel presumably going to try running around as much as possible between the two VMAXs. I think that's the only way Angel can win here.
Yeah, you have to do enough 150 damage with the rotations to get the good knockouts and have a fighting chance.
And we're going to see an ultimate ray on the active. Debating the vitality band. Does that math ever matter? 180 plus 170 is plenty. Wait, 180 plus 160 is plenty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the vitality band does nothing.
Right.
Or not in this matchup, at least. And this is a very scary board state to be staring down as Rapid Strike Urshifu.
Yeah.
UK has an amazing board state right now. This is a completely in their favor. And we're seeing the Pokemon communication from the Mew into a wow. So 3 big boys down on the table.
Interesting. So I wonder, there must be the 4th V in deck. Otherwise, you literally just lose the game right now.
Don't do,
Yep.
okay, they're getting rid of that Jirachi there. But
And there's the switch. So thankfully, going to hide the damaged one on the bench. They have a Marnie. They also have a Marnie. This is
So
so
that
huge.
Marnie is huge, because before that, it might just be GG's anyways, because boss was in hand.
right.
And yeah, they don't really have a meaningful way to knock out that
Ooh.
Zamazenta still. So they're in theory, they're still in a little bit of a trouble here. And the first time we see
considering-
Caesar might be discarding him.
they're
I think-
debating. Okay. They might know something we don't know.
I mean, they have an Eldegoss, but they don't have a Boston discard, I believe, right now. So setting up 2 Zamazettas can be pretty annoying. Actually,
I don't know if
pretty
it
helpful.
really matters too much, because they're gonna. I guess they can switch out later in the game, but they're gonna be tanking. If everything goes right for the Rapisurk Urshifu, they're still 5 turns away from 6 prizes.
Well, they
Yeah, so-
can't, can they do any more damage? Because they can't hit the Zamazettas.
Not with especially with evolving the 3rd VMAX. I think that just kind of sealed the game for them.
Yeah,
I mean, they do play 4 Vs, so they're not out of it. It looks like they're trying to exploit the weakness of the deck, which is no draw Pokemon, and kind of run between the VMAXs to take the first 5 prizes, and then
right.
hopefully set up a V for game. At least that's the assumption of what they're doing here.
Yes.
I mean, that's the only thing that would
Uh.
make sense at this point. Okay, they had the switch.
Sometimes Jirachi's got to search for its own switch card.
What is Jirachi's purpose? To find the switches and the nets.
That's always one of my things. Okay, so I mean, they got rid of the great catcher because they really won't be needing it here. Oh, and the Marnie.
Marning your opponent into a bigger hand, which is unfortunate for him, but
Yeah.
something that he has to do at this point.
Oh yeah, we're looking for energy switch. Ooh, they have a
Oh.
boss.
Eek.
There's the switch.
And a reset stamp in hand. Okay, so getting healthy though, having a healthy one up there is very important. But I don't know if that is gonna be enough. Yeah, you put up one of those.
All right, you've got the boss for 4 prizes, and then Eldegoss boss kind of finishes out the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great. Well, they have to find the Eldegoss, to be fair.
It's true. That is true. I mean, well, this turn they have it, so they can just play it, and then next turn, at least professors into setting up for another round. Because there's just not enough prizes on the table, on the board right now.
And they don't
for-
actually need
for
to go
Angelo.
through another Urshifu. All
Right.
they need to do is go through a 1 prize or 2. So they don't really have to rely on those big hits through like the Denes or anything. So even if a Jirachi's left in the active, it still spells doom for them.
Yes, it puts a lot of pressure on. Obviously, you have to play around boss because you can get boss that VMAX is within range, but also you can't wall with a Jirachi for a turn because they took 4 prizes.
Right, right.
So what does Caesar V help for? He says in chat, and that is for the special energy and tools, right?
That could be it. That's the only thing.
Depending on the matchup. In this specific matchup, I don't think it does anything generally. But depending on the matchup, definitely can work in this deck for sure.
There, wow, okay. I don't see win condition at all anymore. So this is, I believe we're looking at the hand for UK to take this now.
Yeah.
Without a reset step coming towards them or another Marnie, I just don't see it.
even with the turn 2 DC, I don't think when the board looks like this, I just don't think Angel ever wins this matchup, kind of
Yeah.
regardless.
So our Zoom
And this is
call
the strength of ADP.
is running out here, Duke. So I'm gonna have to boot you.
What do you mean you're muting me?
I'm gonna have to boot you because our Zoom call is now
okay,
running
yep.
out.
I will chat. I'll be in chat. You guys enjoy the time with these two. Thank you again.
Oh, looks like the game's over anyway.
Game's over anyway. No, don't report. I don't want to report. Why would I do that? I just booted him. Why is it asking that? Either way. Again, we could wrap this up here. Thank you again for everybody in the chat to come and play and watch. It was super fun. Thank you, Kevin, again for coming on and joining in the fun, commentating Pokemon with me. It was a blast having you. And like I said before, you're always welcome on our cast. It was a pleasure.
Of course. Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun. I enjoy casting.
Yeah, it is fun, and definitely we'll try to get you on again some point, either on the podcast or doing some more casting or something to that effect. So thank you so much for coming on, and yeah, I think we're going to just about wrap that up.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Alrighty. Thanks again, chat, for coming on. I'm not going to quite end it yet. I'll go ahead and...
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and take a look at another one of our videos here. Also, if you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe. It goes a long way in helping us grow. Remember, we release a podcast episode once a week on all the major platforms. We also stream every Friday on Twitch and make a Whimsey Watch monthly report.